Hey everyone, my name is Matt Moore. I am a local pastor here in town. I'm also part of Farming with the Moores, which is a family farm that we record on YouTube and Instagram with my beautiful family. But I am here today with Rusty Calloway. He is the owner and president of 5E Leadership, and this is your third business that you started, correct?
It is, Matt. Yes,
okay, that's
third.
awesome.
Thank you.
I love all things business, so I cannot wait to learn from you today. But why don't you tell everybody what 5E Leadership is and what it consists of?
Okay. Well, 5E Leadership is a company that I started with one vision: develop managers into the leaders everyone wants to follow.
Yes.
That simple.
Yeah.
Nobody wakes up in the morning wanting to be managed, but they will be led.
Yeah, so good.
And so we don't have all the skills necessary a lot of times as a manager to understand leadership. And so 5E Leadership comes along beside you, and we talk about cognition, culture, and coaching. That's our three buckets. Cognition, our mindset; culture, our heart set; and then coaching, our skill sets.
So it's all inclusive.
Correct.
All three of those things make a whole.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because we are wanting to help the whole person, not just bits and parts of them.
That's so good.
We often, as managers, we just look at skill set.
Yeah.
Now we do some mindset things, understanding that yes, they have the aptitude to do the job and whatever, but mainly it's skill set, and we just totally ignore the heart set part and how people feel.
I think you saying that makes me really, it impresses on me the importance of having caring for the whole person,
right?
Not just what you can give me in the moment, which a lot of times is just skill set.
Yes.
Because if you can if you can take care of all the things,
yeah,
that helps them at home too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, this is 5E Leadership is not just about in the workplace.
Yeah.
It's about helping you with your family. It's about helping you in your community. It's about helping you in your church. It's everywhere, because you're going to be a person everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And you're going to be dealing with people. So let's learn how to deal with them.
That's awesome.
And how to put them in a position that's good for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when they succeed, then I succeed.
Yeah, that's so good.
And that's the heart of where I wanted 5E Leadership to be.
Yeah.
Is if you're not in a mindset to be a servant leader, you and I probably are not going to get along very well.
Yeah, I love that.
Because it's think beyond self.
Yeah, yeah. That's so important.
Yeah, yeah. It's not always about us.
No.
It's about them.
I think it's a beautiful picture of what a better way to lead someone, but also build relational equity with them.
Yeah.
So you can challenge them in these areas, because I know you care for me.
Absolutely. And only when you have actual engagement and connection are they going to allow you to speak into areas of their lives. But until you can have influence with somebody, they got to know that you care.
Yeah. They
got to know that you can help them, and that they can trust you.
It's so valuable. Even in what I do for a living, leading people, that's so valuable to kind of have all those, to see it holistically and how it all works together. So,
Right. Well, Matt, you farm.
Yeah.
You're a pastor, but even though you're dealing with animals a lot on the farm, you're also dealing with people.
Yes.
Because you're a family farmer.
Yep.
Right? And so you have your whole family you're dealing with, but then you have people in the marketplace that you're dealing with as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously with the church, you're dealing with people.
Yeah.
No matter what business that you're in the people business.
Yeah. Rusty, so earlier you were talking about cognition, you were talking about culture and coaching, and that's the mindset, the heart set, and the skill set. Let's go to the mindset a little bit. Can you kind of share a little bit more about what that looks like and what you offer?
Sure. All right. So how we view things is how we do things.
Yeah.
So how we think is how we do. It's our worldview. And so we want to delve into that a little bit and uncover and help people understand how they think so that they can recognize how other people think.
Yeah.
Because it's more important for you to communicate with people in the way that they think than it is for you to communicate in the way that you think.
Yeah.
And so I know you've always heard that, people are left brain or right brain.
Yeah.
You're either a linear thinker or you're artistic or you're abstract.
Yeah.
And we metaphorically break those two hemispheres up into 4 quadrants. You have a upper left, lower left, upper right, lower right. And so in the Herman whole brain thinking, that's the group that I'm a certified practitioner with. And if you remember, a couple of years ago, we did an assessment with you.
And I feel like you have been talking to my wife.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, the assessment's really good.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got over 6 million people in the databases. 97% of the Fortune 500 companies use this technology and this assessment to understand their people and then help them understand other people. And so we're looking at the 4 ways that we think. And so the upper left is going to be your analytical self.
Okay.
That's the facts and figures, the data-driven person.
Not me.
Not you. You remember it well, right? Yeah. So the lower left is going to be the practical person, which is, the how, the organization, administration. Here's how we need to get it done, that is you. Remember, that was a very dominant way that you thought as well. And then the lower right is the relational side of ourselves. That's our relational thinking, the collaboration, the who, if we want to look at it that way. That's where our feelings lie. And then our upper right, which is where you live a lot, is the why. That's the experimental. That's the big idea, 30,000 feet, the dreamer, actually.
For sure.
And, we all have those capabilities, but we just have some dominant, comfortable ways that we think. And that's what we do. The assessment that you took was the Herman Brain Dominance Instrument. And what it does, we ask you a lot of questions, we'll put you under pressure, and we'll figure out what are your dominant ways that you think in, which quadrants. And most people have 1 or 2. There's some people that have 3, and I have had people with all 4. But the idea behind this is let's learn how we think, learn that we may have some blind spots in our thinking, right? So like we talked about, you were very much a upper right why and a very much a lower left how. Doesn't mean that you can't stretch into others because you're a pastor. You do relational thinking all the time. It's just not, you have to stretch into it a little bit. It's a secondary dominance for you, which is fine. I just want us to think whole brain, right?
I love that because I'm a firm believer in when you learn these things, it helps you become a better person. It helps you become a better leader, but also it alleviates a lot of stress with the people that you're working with. It gives you insight to how they think, and no longer is it frustrating because you can understand, okay, this is where they're coming from. This is why they're doing what they're doing, or this is why they respond the way they are.
It's sort of like, as a pastor, I know you've talked through the 5 love languages, right? And what's the main tenet there? It's not the way that you receive love, it's how the other person receives love. And so we have to talk to them in their language, right? And so for us to better communicate with our employees, it's great to know how we think, but because now we know more about how all people think in the 4 quadrants of the whole brain thinking system, I can pick up, I need to start with facts and figures with this one. But I got to tell this one who they're going to be working with, or who's going to be on the team. Right? Or I will pick up sometimes that, this person is really great with ideas, and if we've got a problem that we haven't solved yet, guess who I'm going to go try to get involved in this? Is my idea guy. Right?
What an amazing tool to have.
Absolutely.
All right, Rusty, so let's talk about culture. Like, I know that you are a certified partner with the Trust Edge Leadership Institute, because you came to our local staff and did this assessment with us, and you guys, the definition of trust for you is a confident belief in a person, a product, or an organization. And you shared some pillars with us, and it was fantastic. So why don't you share with everybody, just really quick, what does that look like? What are those pillars?
So there are 8 pillars of trust. And I'll just run through them real quick for you. There's clarity, compassion, character, commitment, consistency, connection, contribution, and competency.
Yeah.
So that's the 8 pillars. But it all begins with safety.
Everybody wants to be safe.
Everybody wants to be safe.
Yeah.
Go back to Maslow hierarchy of needs, the pyramid. Remember that from school?
Yeah.
The basic needs of all humans is food, water, shelter. Mm-hmm. The next thing up is safety and security. The next thing after safety and security is what we're talking about: relationships, connection, culture, belonging, right? What it means is, before I can go from food, water, shelter, I have to have a reasonable amount of safety before I can fully connect with people and belong into a culture or a workplace or relationships, church, or whatever.
Yeah.
So we have to build a safe environment for people, right? To be their authentic self.
Yeah.
Because your body and your brain is going to pick up on safe areas.
Yeah.
And so if we make them safe, then we're able to start with connection, which is, there's 3 main superpower pillars in my estimation.
Yeah.
Connection, clarity, and consistency. Just think of it as, Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You got to have those 3 guys on your team.
Yeah.
If you don't have those 3, it's going to be tough to have full trusting relationship and a trusting culture. In a trusting culture, people do more because they want to, because they feel safe that they can do more.
Yeah.
They feel trusted, they feel empowered.
Yeah.
And valued, respected. The number one thing that employees talk about that causes them to do a great job is respect at 70%. Everybody thinks it's money.
Yeah.
It's not. It's respect. And so the more that we value and respect our people and build trust with them, we don't have to worry about all these strategies.
Yeah.
You take Chick-fil-A. They got wonderful strategies. But what they have is culture.
Great culture.
Great culture. I mean, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, my pleasure.
Yeah.
That's the same kid at home, that slams the door, you don't know anything, and gets mad about everything, right? But they come this alien when they go into the Chick-fil-A culture.
Yeah.
But once they're in that culture for a while, it sticks, because I've gone across the country with, when I was with Lazy Boy especially, and run into different people and salespeople, and I'll say something and I'll thank them, and then they'll say, my pleasure. And I say, oh, Chick-fil-A, huh?
Yeah.
And they, oh yeah, worked there for years.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, absolutely, my pleasure, culture stays.
Yeah.
Culture will eat strategy for lunch. You can have the best strategy in your businesses, but if you don't have the culture right, and I happen to believe, and we at the Institute happen to believe, that trust culture is the best culture to release the energy and the thought power and everything that's good about your people is through a trust culture.
Yeah, that's so good. So now we're down to coaching. So you have come up with 5 E's of leadership that you come up with personally, and you loved it so much you called your business the 5E leadership. Why don't you tell us what those E's are?
Absolutely. So it's engage, empathy, equip, empower, and encourage. You should be doing one of those 5 things, and you can be doing multiples with one person, but you need to be doing at least one of those 5 things with each of your employees, your family, your parishioners, or whoever that you have influence with. Encouragement being the biggest one. Yeah. Because that's one thing that most people don't get too much in their life is encouragement.
For sure. I love being encouraged.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
And if we understand the power of encouragement, you can get the behaviors that you want better with encouragement than you can with discipline.
Yeah.
Because encouragement fires off dopamine. Dopamine is that good feeling that we get. It's highly addictive.
Yeah.
I mean, dopamine is, unfortunately, that's what causes some addiction issues that we have. But, there's one addiction that we just sort of politely overlook, but most of us are addicted to that little phone that we hold in our hand because we love to see those little banners come up or those red dots on our phone. That's firing off dopamine. That's why you keep going back to that phone all the time.
Yeah.
That's dopamine in action.
Yeah.
And so what it is sort of a affirmation or an encouragement to you. People are thinking about me, so boom, I got something on my phone, I'm gonna look at it. You know, you can get the behaviors you want with encouragement better than you can with discipline. It's all about the dopamine shot.
It makes so much sense. Being a father of young kids, it works when I encourage them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, Dad praised me, I'm going to do this. So it definitely makes sense. Why would you stop once you get older? And
right.
Like, you still want that as an adult.
Right. And but you know, we praise our kids a lot. We don't praise our adults enough.
Yeah. So true.
And it's sad.
Yeah. So true.
But that's what leads to, you know, the issues that we see in the workplace. The issue of only 31% of the people loving their job. 52% don't care. 17% are actively disengaged. They're the ones that talk about how everybody don't know what they're doing and all that stuff. So encouragement goes a long way. But we engage. It's a deeper form of connection. Connection is one of the pillars of the trust edge, right? But engagement is a deeper form of connection. Empathy, that's a deeper form of compassion, which is another pillar. It's going from I understand and feel you to I understand and I'm actually in it with you. Yeah. The empathy part, it really gets people's attention if they really know that you're sitting in the issue with them.
Yeah, you're for them.
You're for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Equip, that's still just a deeper form of the competency pillar. Because I'm not only equipping you for your skill set, I'm equipping you for your mindset and for your heart set.
Yeah.
Right? We still are looking at the whole person, not just one area where we typically all go to the skill set part. We want, you know, in all of the issues that I've faced with companies and over my lifetime when leading people, most all the time it's a heart set issue.
Yeah.
It's not skill set.
Yeah.
So when we're coaching with the 5 E's, it's also coaching that heart set. The encouragement is a heart set thing.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. It's a heart set thing. And then empower, that's another form of the 8 pillars. But encouragement encompasses all 8 of the pillars. So coaching is not just the 5 E's.
Yeah.
They're important. They really are. But coaching takes in the 8 pillars of trust. It also takes in our cognition on how we view things, and because we got to understand how they're going to receive it, right? And so we have to frame up our coaching in a way that it's going to be received. First got to be received with the heart.
Yeah.
Because our feelings will dominate most of our way that we receive things and way we do things is how we feel about it. You know, nobody's going to remember some of the things that you said or did, but they'll always remember how you made them feel.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Absolutely. And so the 5 E's is just helping people feel empowered, feel valued, respected, trusted. That's where we need to get with any of the people that's within our sphere of influence to lead them well.
Yeah.
But you know what? Until you can lead yourself, you can't lead others.
That's
so
so
we have to start with ourselves.
That's so good. Well, thank you for sharing that.